amazing first-time experience, and I'm really glad that I've been part of this today. And great to see people maintaining such old cars in such a wonderful way. I'm a car lover and I absolutely just loved it. I really felt good because normally the mind block is there that old cars won't run and everything, but look at it, the way all the cars are going, amazing. It's really nice.
So I just want them to say a few words before we announce the prize winners.
Thank you, Bali. It's a pleasure to be here with you once again. Something I look very forward to all the year round. We have seen this rally for, I think, nearly 10 years now, and it's really heartening to move from first block of your life as a single digit to the second digit. Just as every child loves it, I think every club should also treasure it. And the heartening thing to note is that now we are seeing the established presence of just double ownership of cars, which means more and more people are coming to take the sport up. They are enthusiastic, they are very keen to do better, and that has been perhaps the best dividend that this club could have ever received. This sport is, after all, only done with a view to enhancing the life of these cars. In other words, preserving this, which is as much as part of our heritage as everything else, and it's a much abused term anyway nowadays. But this club has gone a long way. I look forward to it soon, ranking as the best in the country. Thank you once again. It's been a pleasure being here. Look forward to being with you all soon. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, Raja and Partha. I just want to recognize once again our chief guest by giving him a bouquet. Also, Srikant Srinivasan of My TVS. And the judges, Raja Mukherjee and Partha. Can I have a bouquet for them, please? Before the prizes are announced, may I request Dr. Sumantran to say a few words.
Well, first of all, I'm also delighted to be here. I'm delighted to see such a collection of cars, and it's very nice to see that these are all cars maintained, restored, and looked after here in Chennai. This does, for me personally, bring back a lot of memories. I have been in this building from kindergarten, spent 13 years in this playground, and so many of the cars here do bring back memories of old Chennai. We sometimes now forget that Chennai was in many ways, even in the post-war years, a fairly hot area for cars. So many of these cars were even assembled here. I see the Amalgamations group, I see the TVS group. Lots of very, very great memories.
Pleasure for TVS to associate with this edition. We couldn't believe that 8 years has gone, and one of the judges remarked that grey shows that I have also gone by 8 years. In another 2 years, we will be celebrating the 10th edition, and this would not have been possible without the members who are actually bringing the car, taking the interest and participating. Sponsorship is only a small event, and for people like Dr. Sumantran and other chief guests who have come before, taking some interest on a Sunday and coming here, and the passionate people who are coming as giving us the big support here, media and everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you all at least once in a year. Thank you, sir.
We start with the Concours d'Elegance up to 1940, and the winner is Sharath Vijayaraghavan, is Chevrolet 1933. On behalf of Sharath, the prize is being... The next one is the Concours d'Elegance 1941 to 1960. It's won by Ranjit Pratap for his Chevrolet 1951. The next is Concours d'Elegance 1961 to 1975. Ranjit Pratap for his Mercedes 200 1970. This year, the Concours d'Elegance for the first time in both categories have been won by, out of 3 categories, and 2 has been won by Ranjit Pratap. It just goes to show he is really keen about his cars. And Raja Mukherjee says Ranjit is going to throw a party for everybody after this. The next is the best maintained car up to 1940, which is won by Hishamuddin Papa for his Singer. The next is the best maintained car 1941 to 60, Dwaraknath Reddy for his Vauxhall 1951. The next is the best maintained car 1961 to 1975, Dr. Selvaraj for his Mini 1000 1970. This is in the category of best restored car up to 1940. The best restored car 1941 to 60 is for Ajit Chandrasekhar for his Ford Custom 1947. Next category, which is in the same best restored car 1961 to 75, goes to Dr. Ram Pradeep for his Common Ghia 1961. The next is the most original condition car up to 1940 is won by Steve Borgia for his Plymouth. The best restored car 1941 to 60, Ajit Chandrasekhar. Someone will collect on his behalf. Ford Custom 1947. Car presented in the most original condition 1941 to 60 is Viren Saldana Ford Anglia 1946. He's a first time entry, he's a new member. Car presented in most original condition 1961 to 75. Sri Kumar for his standard pennant 1961. This year we introduced some new categories. The first one is the best British car on display and goes to the Dafe car, Morris 8, 1948. The best German car on display goes to Ranjit Pratap, Mercedes 200. We had a category best French car, but unfortunately no French car was offered for judging, so that prize is not being given. The next after that is the best car of the show, and that goes to Sharath Vijayaraghavan's Chevrolet 1933. And then there's the oldest car in show, oldest registration as per the registration, oldest car in show, and that goes to Amit Goel's Austin, 1929. Okay, now we move on to the motorcycle category. You might have seen quite a few bikes on display. Hishamuddin Park. The best new arrival is Srivardhan's BSA 1954. The oldest bike in show, Suman Chaganti's BSA 1933. The best maintained bike up to 1940, Suman Chaganti's BSA 1933. The best maintained 1941 to 60 is Shivakumar's Matchless 1941. He is also a first time entrant, a new member also. Best maintained 61 to 75 is Hishamuddin Papa's Java 1962. Best restored bike up to 1940 is Suman Chaganti's BSA 1933. The best restored bike 1941 to 60 is Shivakumar's Matchless 1941. And the best restored 1961 to 75 is Srinivasan Rangaya's Java 1969. Bike presented in the most original up to 1940 is Suman's BSA 1926. This is the other bike, which is not the 33 one. This is the BSA 1926. Most original, presented in the most original condition 1941 to 60 is Srivardhan's BSA 1954. And the bike presented in the most original condition 1961 to 75 is Srinivasan Rangaya's Java 1969. thank you once again. I'd like Kailas to propose a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon once again to all of you. Thank you for the patient wait here. Before the lunch, I wouldn't like to take too much of time proposing a vote of thanks. Nevertheless, from the bottom of the heart and behalf of the committee members, president and all those present here, I'd like to thank you once again for making it a great morning and afternoon, and we've had a wonderful display of cars and bikes, and I'm sure with all your enthusiasm and motivation, we'll be able to scale more dizzy heights. Thank you once again for being with us. May I now request the President Bali to present a memo to our Chief Guest, Sri Dr. V. Sumantran, Executive Vice President, Hinduja Automotives. Thank you, sir, for being with us and taking our time. I'm sure with your great knowledge on vintage cars, it will be a great asset to the club. And look forward to your more eager participation in all your events. And we'll also take this opportunity to thank Srikanth from My TVS, Senior General Manager. And thanks to our Dinesh also for the lovely sponsorship that we've been getting all these 8 years. May I now request judges who are here with us, give them a big hand please. See, judging is not a very easy thing to do. When you have the cars and bikes in very good shape, it makes the job of the judges tough. I'm sure you would all agree that with a lot of diligence, they've scrutinized the bikes and cars and they've been zeroed on the categories and different prices. Thank you, Raja and Partho, for being. And last but not the least, the fourth estate, the media, and we should give them a big hand for the lovely encouragement given to us all these years. But for you, we would not have grown to this size. Thank you all. And we also take this opportunity to thank the principal of Don Bosco and the supporting staff and our friend Pratap Kumar, affectionately known as Chin Chin, for arranging the lovely breakfast and lunch. And of course, Lachu, who has been the backbone with regard to all the other arrangements.